Okay, I've been cutting out panels here. They're called FRP panels. I guess that means, here it is, fiberglass reinforced panels. That's the back side. The front side has got a real slick white texture. But basically, they smell like fiberglass when you cut them. But anyway, I was cutting out the back wall of the shower there. And I've got the sidewall built right here. And I've glued these edges on. This is the back edge. See, it's got a little corner built into it. That'll butt up against the back wall, and this is one of the side panels. And that'll be on the front, facing toward the toilet. And that's just a cap. I cap the top, and the bottom, I'm not going to cap this here. I'm going to go ahead and run a bead of sealer along this to seal it to the bottom of the shower pan. These strips come in long pieces like this. You can get them in the two different profiles. Whoops, there you go on the ground. I'll get them in a minute. And I'll show you what I'm doing in the shower. There is the back wall just sitting there. I haven't put it in place yet. I had to notch the bottom a little bit to because the shower panel had a little edge on it. But I've put some level lines across here and here, so I had a measuring point from here down to the base because they were different on both sides. See, it's 59 in the back. It was 58 and 3/8 on this side. That's because if you look at that pan down there, this edge right here is actually curves up a little bit, so the water will run into the pan and drain. If not, all the water from your shower lands at your feet. You know, if it lands on this outer piece right here, then it'll roll inward, not outward onto the floor. But that's what I've been doing. I'm just about ready to hook this one down. The only thing I'm going to do on this back one here, I'm going to leave the corners natural like that, and I'm going to put a cap across the top here. And after I hook this, I glue this to the wall, I'm going to put a couple little stainless set screws. I'm going to run a bead down this corner here. Then I'm going to set that other panel in here like this, and it already has that built-in quarter bead. It'll just squish into the sealer and should make a nice watertight seal down both of these corners here. So that's where I'm at right now. I just thought I'd give you guys an update. I'll catch you in a minute. Hi guys. I am gluing down these edges on the FRP panels, and I was just going to show you how I did that. We'll just do one end so you can see. I'm still using that Quick Seal Plus kitchen sealer that I used on the drains and on the sink. And what I do is I just push it down against it and just put a little bead of it right here. Don't need much. Real light amount. Can you see that? Look at that. Cat hair. Okay. There it is. But anyway, you take it and you push it back on. Now some of it's going to squish out onto the front, but that isn't going to matter much. That's what you have a clean paper towel for. So you got to get this off right away, because if you leave this on too long, it's going to make a mess for you. So wipe off everything dry you can. Then get some water, preferably clean mountain water. I know you're not that gullible. Okay, and don't soak it, just get it where it's damp. just enough that it takes off any of the residue. Most of these sealers are water-based. If they say pure silicone on them or something, look at that hair on that. If they say pure silicone on them, then you're going to probably have to do something different. But it'll tell you in the back what cleans it up. So try to get something that cleans up the water. But anyway, I'm going to put all these on these panels, all these edges, and I'm going to let them dry overnight. Then I'm going to install them and save myself the hassle of them slipping around and maybe causing a little problem with my job. Well, I hope this was interesting. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. And thanks for watching, guys. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is part 14 of the shuttle bus build, RV build. And I've got the back wall here. I put the cap on it and it's ready to install. And I have the back wall all glued up. And this stuff's supposed to lock down pretty quick, so I need to get with the program. And this is what I used. Power Grab, Tub and Surround by Loctite. Hopefully this works. It's supposed to have an instant set on it, so I better get busy here. I need both hands and I don't have room for the tripod, so I'm going to turn you guys off and I'm going to put this in here. Hey guys, the first panel went in, the back wall went in really nice, and I've got this one glued up and it's ready to go in. I'm going to go ahead and try to get this filmed. It's kind of tight in there right now, but let's just do the best we can here. This adhesive works really well. Getting that tucked into the corner where that corner seal will be as tight as I can possibly get it. I used 100% pure silicone in the corners before I put these panels on. I didn't want any leakage back in the corners. Don't want this plywood to get wet. Of course, this plywood's right here is gonna get a varathane finish on it in a gloss, so it'll hold off any water that happens to get on it. Okay. So, there it is. It will get a bead of sealer along the bottom down there. But in this corner here, you can see I put 100% silicone sealer in that corner to completely seal it up prior to putting this other panel on. When that other panel goes on, it'll go over it about there. Kind of like this one did, see? You don't see it at all. If you look right down there, there's a very slight gap. That's because of the lip of the shower pan is holding it out from the wall a little bit. I pushed that in as far as I can, but that shouldn't present any problem there. Well, it's looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and get that last panel on. Well, there it is. For what it's worth. It wasn't quite as easy as I thought it was going to be. And on hindsight, this molding I have at the top, I think I would probably go ahead and put one down there too, because I think that would have straightened that edge up a little bit. I think maybe a couple more stainless steel screws before I put the sealer on might help too. But all in all, it's an okay shower. All fiberglass, all waterproof. Well, hope you found this informative. Well, I put the cover on the stove. I debated whether to or not, but I just kind of think that it was meant to be with it, so I put it on there. So I like the ideas of having the splash guards here. And I just think it'll help keep things clean in here. Besides that, it was a perfect place to mount this. Now, before you get your panties in a bind, I didn't screw it down to it. I put a couple pieces of Velcro on it so you can take it off and wash it if you want to. I'm going to put a food grade finish on this, something like an oil. But nice thing about it, you can just stick it back on. And another thing I like about it is look how much it raises it up. That brings it up for a lot more comfortable height for a big guy like me. Of course, here I go thinking like I'm going to keep the thing again, but I do like to build for myself, so maybe if another tall person gets this bus sooner or later, you know, they'll be set up. It's also going to have the one that covers the sink too, so there'll be two prep spots here. And besides that, over here, when the bed is folded up, there's going to be a fold down table on that too, which could be also used as a prep area. I've had a couple people ask me about the bus, wanting to buy it, and I'm really not sure on the price or anything yet. I haven't taken the bus down for its mechanical checkup and its brakes, and you know, I want to make sure everything's in order, and I want to know what I've spent on it before I go and put a price on it. So it's kind of a little early in the game for me. I don't really want to give out my email address for inquiries quite yet. But when I get close to being to the end of this thing, I will put it out there, and I'll put a price on it, and I'll be right up front with everybody. So nice thing about it, everybody gets to see the build. But that's where I'm at on that. I'll listen to comments on it and stuff like that. You know, maybe somebody can change my mind, but that's what I think is the most reasonable thing to do right at the moment. Hello, everybody. I've got the door built for this bathroom now. Here it is. I did aluminum frame on it. Just got standard hinges. It's got a frame on the channel here and on the end of the board, here and here. Make sure that stays nice and straight, no problems. I can't seem to get back far enough to show you here. I don't have a latch on it yet. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do. I don't want to put a barrel bolt on it. I just don't like the looks of them, but that might end up being what goes on there. There's the inside. And I put a sill on it. That's a piece of birch with a sill plate put over it. Okay, well tomorrow I am going to cut for the shower mixer. So I'll be putting that in over here. And I'm tired, so I'm going to call it a day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on build number 15. Thank you.